When thinking, be like a wise man, but when speaking, be like an ordinary person. People fail not because they have no faith, but because they cannot turn faith into action and persist to the end. To succeed, the necessary conditions are to use your desire to enhance your enthusiasm, use your perseverance to smooth the mountains, and at the same time believe that you will succeed. The maturation process of the soul is a continuous process of self-discovery and self-exploration. Unless we understand ourselves first, it will be difficult for us to understand others. The saddest person in the world is one who has no merits to show off, but who covers up his pitiful inferiority complex with disgusting arrogance and boastfulness. You are young when you have faith, and you are old when you are doubtful. You are young when you have confidence, and you are old when you are afraid. You are young when you have hope, and you are old when you are hopeless. Time wrinkles your skin, but when you lose your enthusiasm, you damage your soul. Lincoln said, "A person who achieves great things cannot care about others and waste his time arguing with others." Useless arguments will not only damage his own temperament, but also lose his self-control. As long as possible, just be humble to people. Instead of fighting with a dog, it is better to let the dog take the first step. If you are bitten by a dog, even if you beat the dog to death, it will not heal your wound. Where your interests lie, that is where your abilities lie. Fear is mostly caused by ignorance and uncertainty. One of human nature is that they will not accept criticism from others, always think that they are always right, and like to find various excuses to defend themselves. The most important thing is not whether others love us, but whether we deserve to be loved. No matter how miserable tomorrow may be, at least today, there is no wasted time. Many people fail to be good communicators mainly because they only talk about things that interest them, and these things bore others to their core. If you are criticized, please remember that it is because criticizing you will give him a sense of importance, and it also shows that you are accomplished and attention-grabbing. Many people get a sense of satisfaction from criticizing people who are more accomplished than themselves. Try to get close to those who understand you, trust you, and encourage you. This will have a huge impact on your future success. Treat others how you want others to treat you. If you admit your mistakes before others blame you. If the other party wants to say something, you have already said it for him and he has nothing to say. Then you have a 99% chance of gaining his understanding. The way to develop self-confidence is to do what you are afraid of doing and get a record of successful experience. Either be patient, be ruthless, or get out. For those immature people, they can always find some excuses to cover up some of their own shortcomings or misfortunes. What you think you are is not who you really are. Instead, what you think will determine who you become. Gratitude is a highly cultivated product. You cannot get it from ordinary people. It is human nature to forget or not be grateful. People who can develop the ability to listen quietly seem to be rarer than anyone with a good personality. The only way in the world to influence others is to talk about what they want and tell them how to get what they want. Being nice to others is not a responsibility, it is a kind of enjoyment because it improves your health and happiness. When you are good to others, you are also good to yourself. Let us remember that the people we deal with are not absolutely rational animals, but are full of emotional changes, prejudices, arrogance, and vanity. No matter how much you admire a person, he has such things. It's just obvious or not. The best way to touch a person's heart is to talk to him about the things that are most precious to him. Save other people's face. What an important question this is. But we rarely consider this issue. Even if others make mistakes and we are right, if we do not save face for others, it will destroy a person. No matter what, stay true to yourself and be your unique self. As long as you believe you are doing the right thing, don't care what others say. There are advancements and retreats in life, and you can't lose your mood even if you lose. Our fatigue is usually not due to the work itself, but to worry, tension, and unhappiness. One of the saddest things about human nature is that we all put off living, dreaming of a wonderful rose garden in the horizon instead of enjoying the roses blooming outside our windows today. Don't judge others lest you be judged by others. Many troubles in life stem from our blind comparison with others and forgetting to enjoy our own life. If you want to do well, you will do well. The biggest lesson I have learned is that our thoughts are the most important. If I can understand your thoughts, I can understand you as a person because your thoughts create you as a person. By changing your thoughts, we can change your life. Life is like a journey with hardships and scenery along the way. What you see is your realm of life. If you always see people who are better than you, it means you are going uphill. If you always see people who are not as good as you, it means you are going downhill. Instead of complaining, think about change. If you are criticized, it is because criticizing you can give him a sense of satisfaction. It also shows that you are accomplished and noticeable. Small people are often proud of the shortcomings or mistakes of great people. Unreasonable criticism is often a disguised compliment. You will never be satisfied by fighting, but when you give in, you can get more than you expected. Most fatigue phenomena originate from mental or emotional states. Expand the scope of communication and cultivate your curiosity. Go even if you are not interested, and both men and women should be active in activities. Only in this way can people feel your charm and feel the happy atmosphere. Don't let personality differences get in the way. Networking isn't exactly the same thing as choosing your friends. In the process of socializing, don't use the criteria for choosing friends or even close friends. Anyone who doesn't have the same interests or personality will be rejected. The new friends you meet in your social circle should be people who are quite different from you. Hatred cannot hurt the other person, but it can make your life a purgatory. The concept is extremely simple, but unfortunately the execution is complex and difficult. People who only talk about themselves will always only consider problems from their own standpoint. If something can be thought about, it can be thought about clearly. If you want enemies, be better than your friends. If you want more friends, let your friends be better than you. I have no time to argue or regret. No one can force me to hate them. What I think of are the kind people who have helped me. I will never be able to repay them. Success or failure does not depend on the size, but on whether you have tried your best. A person's vision determines his height, and a person's mind determines his width.